All right, all right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. All right, so when I do the Iraqi videos on Eyes Open Media from now on, you're going to see the YouTube just like you do on the main channel. I think it's not fair that the main channel, even though it is the main channel, you guys get to see the YouTube channel in the front here, and I tell people to subscribe over there. But on the backup channel, we don't do that. So we need to, we have to, both channels are important to me. So and this channel right here, I get to I get to do more. I get to express myself more than I do on the main channel, which I have to keep it more political because there's more people on that channel and it's more towards currency. This channel is Eyes Open Media, so we could talk about everything. It doesn't have to be cryptos. It doesn't have to be just Iraq. It could be, we pray on this channel as well. There's plenty of videos of prayers. We will do a prayer sometime this week. We can talk about the New World Order. We can talk about the elites. We can talk about all the crazy events going on around the world on this channel because it's called Eyes Open Media. I think some people forget that this is not an Iraq channel. This is Eyes Open Media, right? Even the main channel, Currency 365, it's not an Iraq channel. It's a channel for currency, right? So and I think people get so caught up in and the dinar that we forget about all these other things that were going on. And as you can see, we've definitely made a transition into the crypto market, but we also want to on this channel stay with we're going to stay in the cryptos. But we also want to continue with Iraq as well, and we're also going to be still praying and things like that. And I also want to bring other news, other bigger, big news. If I see some big news that's not really like all about the Hollywood stuff, but if it's like what happened in Virginia, we can talk about that and discuss that. The problem with all that is that it's the time, right? Time. I'm running two channels here, and then I have the 365 crew members and on Facebook, and so many messages and so many things to do, and I still have to do my own promotions and things like that. It's crazy. So when I see things like happen in Charlotte, I did talk about it a little bit on the 365 during one of my videos, but I could do, we need to start doing like full videos on things like that and just seeing what people's mindsets are on things like that. So make sure we're up to date. But of course, it's hard to do that when so much is going on. And you guys already know my situation with my family member and stuff. So it's we'll get through it. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you. Let's get this a channel to 10,000 subscribers. No reason why it's lagging so behind with the main channel when we put out basically almost the same type of content, except for that on this channel we do the prayers and we talk about God a lot more on this channel than we do on the main channel. Okay, so because the main channel says currency and this channel does not. So this channel is Eyes Open Media, so we can do that on this channel a lot more than we do over there. Let's see here. Okay, so I did post Crypto Gamers video about the Populist token, and for me personally, Populist is one of those ones that I think is going to do something in the future. It's already done something now, but I think it's going to continue upwards in the future. And of course, I had the Kick ICO a full review on the main channel, quick review on the backup channel, and then we had the one about the IMF warns against inflation of debt, praises CBI moving forward. Today, we're going to talk about Article 140. And then from there, I have two articles on Article 140 and the referendums, okay? And then we're going to get into some Bitcoin. We're going to look at the Bitcoin prices and then the crypto market prices. And we should be done. Let me close that out. I don't know why that's open. Okay, so let's start here. So parliamentary set talks about the referendum session. And by the way, thanks to everybody who has donated, okay, and supporting me through this crazy time that I'm in. Okay, so thank you guys, and thanks for all those that are going to be doing it, because I know people don't get paid right away. People get paid on Fridays, or people don't have money cleared to a certain day. So so thanks to everybody that is going to be just so showing their support either through messages or comments or support through the donations and stuff like that. So thank you guys so much. let's see here, referendum session paper pressure on the central bank to apply Article 140. We've been hearing this for a couple of days now, and so yeah, it's coming to a head because they know that time is ticking here. Time is ticking. September is coming, but they don't have much time left. They got the activation of the ATM machines coming. They have the, and it looks like we're gonna see that in the next 5 days. I'm excited to see if those ATMs are actually activated. Shout out to everybody in Iraq providing the information, and also, KTFA's walking stick. I heard what happened to walking. Oh my God! You people in the dinar community are so evil. God. And it's only, and I'm not saying I'm being funny on when I said that. Okay, so please don't take that out of context. I'm meaning the 1%, because it's always just 1% that really mess it up for everybody else, right? So 99% of the people in the dark community are so kind and nice and beautiful. And same thing, goes on with my crew, the Eyes Open Media crew, the Currency 365 crew. It's Dennis, this is 1% that just, they utterly destroy it for everybody, right? So I heard what happened to walking. I was just sitting there like, we really are going to do that to a Marine? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where? Like, wow. Anyways, let's keep it moving. Shout out to Walking Stick and everybody who's bringing the content out there in Iraq, and Iraqi Day, and everybody out there that we follow, Musuai and everybody else that we follow in Iraq that's going through this crazy time and being unbelievable, being attacked by people. Wow. So this is what's going on. We're in a great period to see the ATM machines and the lower notes being filled in those, and see what the articles look like around that time frame that these guys are telling us that those things are going to be happening. Of course, the pay scale, the paychecks and stuff like that are going to be going out on the 21st. From the bosses. So, and all the other things that are going on, we're looking for Kuwait. Remember, guys and girls, we're looking for Kuwait, and we're looking for the compensation that Kuwait has been compensated. I'm looking for that by the 21st. I want to see that. I want to see that Kuwait has been compensated. Okay. Let's see what happens here. It says the representatives of the National Alliance, halal, I don't know, on Tuesday, that the draft referendum of session is almost a pressure paper on the region and the central government to implement Article 140. Okay, so we know that we need Article 140 before we see the economic reforms, right? They can't launch the economic reforms in Baghdad until we see, or in Iraq. I think in the Kurdistan region already knows Article 140, right? Because it's the Kurdistan region. They're not battling anybody, right? But the rest of Iraq is up for dispute, okay? Most of it, not most of it, but there's a few areas, Kirkuk and other places like that are up for a dispute, right? So they want to see them implement Article 140, and the Kurds really want Article 140 because there's some areas that they're going to get, and Baghdad knows that, and the GOI is not really happy about that, okay? But hey, it is what it is. The Peshmerga forces went in there and they kicked butt and they did their thing, and they have the right to those areas because they freed those areas. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But Article 140 has to be implemented before we see the economic reforms. Okay, or is Article 140 and the economic reforms going to happen at the same time? And maybe that's why the Kurdistan region is not asking for the economic reforms, because Article 140 is the economic reforms, maybe. I don't, because to me, if I was the Kurdistan region, I'll be asking for Article 140, the launch of and activation of the economic reforms, banking reforms, private sector, and all that. But if all that is inside of Article 140 and will be activated, if Article 140 is activated, then all they have to ask for is Article 140. So that would make more sense, right? That would keep it simple. You activate Article 140, it will come with the revaluation and all the other things that need to, and it'll also come with the oil and gas, the full oil and gas law, because that needs Article 140. It'll come with the revaluation, the MCP, the private sector. It'll come with everything. So let's see what happens. And I think they're going to go down to the deadline. I don't think this is going to be resolved anytime soon yet. You know what I mean? I think they're going to go and then they're going to implement the ATMs with the lower notes. They're going to give us Kuwait, the news of Kuwait first. They'll probably give us all that. They'll probably talk about the WTO and the Article 8, and before they give us Article 1, and then finally we'll probably see the Article 140. Because Abadi knows, man, he cannot allow the Kurdistan region to go independent. Give them what they want, brother, and let it go. Give them, life is too short, and you're only prime minister for 8 years. Just give them what they want. Let them shut up. Let them enjoy their lives. You're rich anyways. Your people are gonna be fine and rich and getting purchasing power and all these jobs and loans and stuff. Just give everybody, when everybody's rich, there shouldn't be any complaint and any disagreements, in my opinion. Because if everybody is rich, what are you complaining about? Life's too short, right? So just give them what they want. It's not going to interfere with Baghdad and your wealth and the GOI's wealth. It's not going to do any of that. Just give them what they want and let's go. Let's implement the reforms. Let's go. Let's implement the reforms. Says if the Kurds insist on conducting the referendum, especially in the disputed areas, including Kirkuk. See, there it goes. And it's all about Kirkuk. The GOI cannot, especially Maliki, cannot stand, and Abadi as well, cannot stand that the Kurdistan region is going to take over Kirkuk when they activate Article 140. They cannot stand it, and that's the problem right there. So it says here, especially in the disputed areas, including Kirkuk, there will be an international, regional, and local conflict. He said the delegation of the Kurdistan regional government arrived yesterday afternoon into Baghdad to discuss the referendum of self-determination scheduled to be held on the 25th of September. So once again, it's Kirkuk. They cannot stand that the Kurdistan region is going to take over Kirkuk, and both flags will be flying in the government of Kirkuk area because that is the disputed area that was won by the Kurds. Okay, so wow, I told you guys this weeks ago. It's all about Kirkuk. They don't want to give up Kirkuk to the Kurdistan region. They don't care what the Peshmergas did in that area. They don't care the Peshmergas, helps keep Kirkuk's areas, surviving, and they don't care about that. They don't want the Kurdistan region to have Kirkuk. So here's another one here. It says Salani. Okay, Salani. I'm just gonna say Salani. Okay, Kurdistan delegation is trying to persuade the government to waive the referendum in exchange for the application of Article 140. Okay, and guess what? And this is why Article 140 is so important. It just dawned to me again because I just talked about it, and I said dong, right? The Vietnamese dong, but it just dawned to me, dong, because I just talked about the full oil and gas law, and I gotta keep remembering because Eric brought that article up to several articles back in the days about Kirkuk and how if the Kurdistan region and Article 140 activation would implement the oil and gas law because of Kirkuk area, right? Because Kirkuk area is basically where the full oil and gas law will be taking place, most likely. Because looking at the articles, this is one of the reasons why Kirkuk has invited the Kurdistan region in and was raising their flag for the oil and gas law. Okay, so the pumping of the oil, and that's one of the reasons why the Peshmergas ran into Kirkuk and took over the oil fields to protect it. Okay, because this is going to be part of the oil and gas law when they activate Article 140, and so that's what the United Nations were saying. Activate Article 140 to Abadi, and Abadi and the Maliki and them are like, we need to settle this Kirkuk issue first. You're not going to get we don't want the Kurdistan region having Kirkuk, okay? So let's see here. So that just rang the bell to me because I remember Eric posting several articles about how the oil and gas law is and Kirkuk go together. So and this is why the Peshmerga forces were in that oil field for the implementation of the full oil and gas law when they have Article 140. So yeah, so that rings a bell, and this is what's going on. So that's how close we are, ladies and gentlemen. They haven't talked anything about the budget ever since we saw the articles that the budget wasn't even, they weren't even going to mess with the budget. They're just going to let it be alone. We haven't seen any articles since then, not to my knowledge. If there's anything that comes up by the 21st, then we will speak on it. But so far, budget's been very quiet. And IMF and World Bank are happy on that. We just need to see them implement Article 140 and give the oil and gas, the herbal agreement here, because that's what's going to happen when they implement Article 140. The herbal agreement will take into place. The full oil and gas law, it seems like here we'll have that. Okay, it says here that the Kirkush delegation is trying to convince the central bank. Central government, excuse me, not the central bank, but the central government that it is possible to waive the draft referendum in areas outside the borders of Kurdistan in exchange for taking guarantees to implement Article 140 of the disputed areas, including Kirkuk. Yeah. So there you go. If you don't want us to go, what's more important? Us having the Kirkuk area, disputed area, and activating Article 140 and the oil and gas law, or us going independent. Okay, so they have to. Iraq has to make a decision. What's more important? Of course, more important is keeping Kurdistan region and part of Iraq. That's more important. But they're gonna fight until they realize that that's more important, and then they're gonna be like, okay, let's activate Article 140. Let's see. Wow, Bitcoin jumping up and down here. Bitcoin was just, Bitcoin went to like 4,400, and then came all the way down to about 3,800, and then now it's back to 4,000 here. I saw it at 3,900 before I came on. Now it's back to 4,000. So Bitcoin's jumping around here. So it did hit, on here it says 43.91. And then it's just, now it's at 4,000. It did drop all the way down to about 38. I thought I saw it at 3,800, 3,900, something like that. So Ethereum sitting here at 279. Of course, Crypto's video, Omar Bam, he talked about how Ethereum could jump 4 times its value from the things that are coming, the big news that are coming for Ethereum within the next several weeks, several months here. It looks like end of September, October, there's going to be some big news coming out for Ethereum. And Litecoin, we're waiting on the major news for Litecoin. As you can see, Litecoin has taken a dip since it hit 50. Good time to pick up some Litecoin according to the charts. I'm not telling you guys to do it, but according to the charts, it's a good time to pick up some Litecoin. Might see a nice reversal back up here. Or could just be a little fake out, come down to 39, rest a little bit, or actually come down to 40. I don't think it's going to break. I don't think the bulls are going to allow it to break 40 this time, hopefully. That would be a bearish move. So if it comes down to 40, that's fine. The bulls should hold it at 40 and then retrace it back up. The huge news coming for Litecoin. I saw a video today, and they were talking about, who was it from? Jay Snip4, I think, and he was talking about the data sets and Litecoin. Massive news coming from Litecoin. There's going to be a massive news that's going to run Litecoin very high. So that's coming in September. It looks like now it's going to be in September. So just got to wait it out, Most of his stash is in Litecoin now. I think he's diversified from Bitcoin into, he still holds some Bitcoin, but I think Jay Snip has said that he's heavy into Litecoin right now, and he's going to sit and wait for that massive news to drop. Okay, so we'll see what happens, guys and girls, and I hope you guys are doing well. Let's look over here at the charts. Let me refresh it for you guys, and we'll be done. And then I gotta go do a video on the main channel as well. We'll look at all the articles. Let's see here. Bitcoin sitting at 4,000. Ethereum, Ripple's still at number 3. That's crazy, and that's because Ripple has so much supply out to be at 16 cents is crazy. 38 billion Ripple coins out. Wow. How many Bitcoin? Only 16 million Bitcoins is out. Okay. 94 million Ethereum is out. I wish Ethereum stuck to 50 million because of that, this price would be easily doubled. We would definitely have seen 1,000 by now for Ethereum. And that's why I like NEO so much, and shares NEO, because they're at 50 million. And I think that might be their cap. They might cap it at 50. I think overall is 100 million, but in circulation, this is all in circulation. So 50 million in circulation is not a lot. So any time to NEO would be, it's coming down from this massive move up. It's the China Ethereum coin, basically China's Ethereum coin. So we want to see this. If this thing, I want to see it come down to about $30, somewhere around there, about $30 to $32 range. And that would be a good pickup for a lot of us that missed the big run, and we can just hold on to it and let it go to $500. Okay, plus it should be able to go. It should be able to hit 1,000 because first let's just worry about $100 first, okay? Because I said it's going to hit $100 by the end of the year. Let's just see how that goes. So hopefully you guys made a bunch of money in this. Mike's been saying, Mike, when in the email blast, look, guys, this thing was called at $1. I know I haven't talked much about NEO because it's not on the Poloniex charts. So when I do my charts, I'm only looking at the coins that are on Poloniex. But NEO was a coin that, the email blast for you guys that are in the email blast, told you guys, Mike told you guys to pick it up. They at $1. So, what else can we do for people, So $1 to 40 bucks is a lot of money. So somebody made a lot of money. Litecoin has 52 million in circulation, so Litecoin has a good chance of also hitting $1,000 because it only has 52 million in circulation. Bitcoin Cash only has 16 million in circulation because, of course, it's the fork off of Bitcoin, so it has the same amount. So you can see Bitcoin Cash has a chance to hit. It could hit $10,000. You know what I mean? 16 million in circulation. You have a chance to. You got a chance to do anything you want at that point. That's not a lot of coins out. So, Bitcoin's at 4,000, and Bitcoin Cash will probably do 10% of it. And so Bitcoin Cash is undervalued right now. And if Bitcoin's at 4,000, Bitcoin Cash should be at $400. So, just to do a 10% difference here. So it's undervalued right now. So you might, Bitcoin Cash should be able to go up to at least $400 here. Dash is down there. We're looking for 250 for Dash. And I will be back with the crypto charts. Hopefully maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday, I'll be back. Everything's red because Bitcoin went up so much that it was like pointless to even talk about any of the charts because the charts were thrown out the window when Bitcoin decided to make a massive run up. From basically 1800, what was it, 1790, all the way up to 4400, and within like 3 weeks. So all the charts go out the window when that happens, and it's everybody for themselves. 10x token has 104 million out. I still think this can go to I think 10x can go definitely to $500. Zcash can definitely look at Zcash. Is this real? Zcash only has 1 million coins out? No way. Let me click on Zcash real quick. Actually, I'll be right back to Zcash. Let me go down the list here so you guys can see some other coins here. BitShares has 2 billion coins out. Steam here. Steam has only 239 million. Still a lot, but it's not that much. Vertasium, only 2 million coins out. Golem, 800. Wow, almost 1 billion coins out for Golem, but it's at $26. So, and cool. Scicoin, 28 billion coins out. Wow, it's a lot. Status, 3 billion coins, and it's at 5 cents. I still think Status is one of those platforms that I still think is going to do very well, even though it has 3 billion coins out. I think we'll be, if Ripple can get to 40 cents, then Status can definitely get to, $3, even with 3 billion coins out. Let's look here. Dogecoin just 110 billion coins. Wow. Populous coin is another one that everybody likes. And I think it's going to do some big things. It only has 41 million coins out, so it can definitely go to $500 like Ethereum has. Let me see here. Where's Digibyte? Like everybody. Okay, well let me see here. What is this? No. Factum is another one I like. Only 8 million coins out, so that this can definitely go a lot higher. Okay, than $18. It can definitely go to triple digits. Digibyte has 8 billion coins out. Okay, so it's at 1 cent, and we saw it closing in at 10 cents. So Digibyte can still, still come up. It's up a little bit today, 21% after a massive down. But because Bitcoin price is so high, Digibyte's still at around 0.015. So even with the massive downward trend, many of these coins have had, they're still up dollar-wise, almost right at the same price. You know what I mean? Because Bitcoin's just been rising so high. So maybe when Bitcoin starts to slow down a little bit, then all these coins will go up maybe 600% just to catch up. Okay, but the thing about Bitcoin is that Bitcoin is there could be another fork for Bitcoin, and so there could be another hard fork, which means more free cash. So if and that could be in November, they're saying. So if that is true, then Bitcoin by November, if there is another hard fork that could be coming because of this SegWit activation, we don't know, but a lot of people are going to try to favor that because it's just going to be another coin, and people are going to get a lot of free money, right? So what's going to happen is people are going to pour into Bitcoin before that hard fork again and get the free fork. I don't know what they're going to call it. It could be Bitcoin money, it could be called Bitcoin dance, you know what I mean? So I don't know what it's going to be called, but if there is another hard fork, it's just going to be more free money, and people are going to be very excited about that. So, this was Bitcoin Cash was just free money, as you can see here. The prices, Bitcoin just exploded upwards. Okay, so look out for Bitcoin. We're looking at I said 5,000 by the end of the year. It's already August, and we're already at 4,000, so we could definitely see 7,000, 8,000 by the end of the year, and then into March, where the data sets from CliffHigh have us at 13,000 plus by March. So things are coming for Bitcoin. Everybody's loading it up and just gonna take it into the future. Peace out, everybody. Eyes open. God bless. Thank you for all the love and support and all the donations and everything else like that. And I'll talk to you guys later. About to do a video on the main channel. Peace out. Salute.